afar. And we can learn a lot from studying from afar. But Parker Solar Probe is actually going and touching, almost kissing the sun, so we can learn so much more.
And to do that, it will need to go faster than any other spacecraft in history.
Parker Solar Probe will be the fastest human-made object ever. We are traveling at an unbelievable 430,000 miles per hour.
That's why, for the first time ever, NASA's Launch Services Program selected the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket.
Delta IV Heavy was selected for NASA Parker Solar Probe program because of the extreme velocity required to meet the mission objectives in orbit around the Sun.
Going out and seeing the Delta IV Heavy on the pad is a truly awe-inspiring experience. Just seeing that amount of raw power right in front of you is just incredible. 3 boosters, our second stage, and then we have a third stage. We're a tiny little spacecraft. We look like a little hood ornament on the top of the Delta IV.
Get ready to watch this historic mission lighting up the Space Coast as it thunders into the sky to get up close and personal with the sun.
Engine start. 2, 1.
Our planet is the setting for dazzling and interconnected webs of energy, physical phenomena, and life. Amazing to behold from close up, and hypnotic when seen from above. From space, the fleet of Earth-observing satellites operated by NASA and its partners illuminate the links between these systems. Temperatures on the planet affect all of them, which means each one is impacted by a warming climate. During 2020, global temperatures matched the warmest year we've measured, and we experienced the most active hurricane season ever recorded, with many storms quickly intensifying, likely as a result of warmer seas. Heat in the oceans is like fuel that powers these massive storms. But incredibly, dust swept up from northern Africa actually plays a critical role in the formation of hurricanes. It's also a key source of fertilization for the Amazon rainforest. Due to climate change, dust plumes are expected to decline, and then so will their impacts on vegetation and ocean away. Our satellites and field research allow us to pay close attention to the Amazon rainforest and other vegetation across the world, helping us track how fires, deforestation, and disasters affect the world's plant life. We can also study how those vegetation changes, in turn, impact air quality, waterways, and the climate. That same science helps the world's farmers boost productivity and deal with extreme weather, including drought, early freezes, and heavy spring rains. The observations can also help track some unwanted byproducts of food production. Fertilizers used in farming contain high amounts of nutrients to help crops grow, but those same nutrients can cause sometimes dangerous blooms of algae in waterways, which can affect local economies, recreation, fishing, and human health. They're often so large, they're easily viewed from space. Clean water and clean air are 2 cornerstones for maintaining healthy people and wildlife. Satellite data and NASA funding help map how animal migrations are affected by water sources, as well as light pollution and habitat loss, and also helps find solutions. The view from space is especially important in the Arctic and Antarctic, where animal habitats are rapidly changing due to climate change. And so is the ice itself, with Greenland and Antarctica losing enough ice in just 16 years to raise sea level by ½ an inch globally. We can also measure snow and ice farther from the poles, such as vital snowpacks in the Sierra Nevada and Rockies, and in the Himalayas, where rapidly draining glacial lakes can cause sudden and dangerous bursts of water downstream. Earth's climate is changing, and with it has come a new intensity to weather events and hazards that can lead to disasters, including floods, fires, hurricanes, and heat waves. As disasters become more frequent and intense, NASA will use its satellites and resources to study the effects of climate change on natural systems and to connect people to technology that can build a more resilient world.
March pinabonggang Super Seed Fest.
March is here, time to cheer with Super Seed Fest. With Super Seed Fest. Book your seats, Super Seeds with Super Seed Fest.
First, we have Grammarly. The free version checks basic spelling and grammar. Grammarly Premium, on the other hand, provides in-depth writing feedback to help you be more clear and concise, and it even gives vocabulary and formatting suggestions. What I love about Grammarly is it works almost everywhere. It's so helpful for me because you can read your paper like 20 times, but the moment you submit it, you read it back and you're like, how did I not spot those mistakes? Before, I used to reread my emails and my papers like 20 times, but now because of Grammarly, I only reread it once. I check all the mistakes that Grammarly pointed out, and then I read it again to make sure it all flows, and that's it. That saved me so much time. I also love Grammarly because it provides suggestions on word choice. What I love about Grammarly is all I have to do to find a synonym, to find a better word, is double click on the word and it'll give me suggestions. That also has just saved me so much time and so much effort.
What's up, and welcome back to another live stream with Gizmo Slip Tech. It's a glorious day. Today we're going to be undervolting the i9-13980HK and overclocking the RTX 4090 in the MSI GT77 Titan, arguably the most powerful gaming laptop money can buy. That said, some mixed results in the first initial day of testing. I was a little disappointed about especially the power limits that we got in the long power limit under extended duration tests, and the results were just about the same as what we got with the SCAR 18 and Strix G18. That said, we do have undervolting in the i9-13980HK with the GT77, and that should dramatically boost our performance. So today is all going to be it's going to be basically a tutorial on how to undervolt and overclock the GT77, and it's also going to be on why you should do it, explaining what it is, and we're going to go step by step on how to basically take advantage of this beast. The one thing we're not going to do today, though, is raising the power limits too high. We can adjust the power limits. I've gotten to that point, but what I've found is that we still reach thermal throttling with the GT77. At least, I haven't turned the undervolt all the way to max yet. We're going to try to do that today. And we're going to see what we can push in our single run for Sentimetra R23, as well as like a 10-minute